Why do we dream when we sleep? Maybe we need to talk about what dreams are before we go ahead to explain why we dream. A dream is a universal human experience of stories and images created in our minds while we are asleep. These images or stories can be interesting, fun, romantic, scary, or even bizarre, and can either make you happy or sad. Dreams are offline memory reprocessing, in which the brain consolidates learning and memory tasks. However, the dreamer has little or no control of the content and/or images of his dream. Anyway, before we go further, in this video, we'll be sharing with you some reasons why we dream. If you are new here, consider subscribing so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Let's start with how dreams are formed. How are dreams formed? According to a theory first proposed by J. Allen Hobson and Robert Macaulay in 1977, the activation synthesis of dreaming. Certain circuits in the brain become activated during REM sleep, which makes areas of the limbic system involved in emotions, sensations, and memories, including the amygdala and hippocampus, to become active. What this means is that the brain synthesizes and interprets this internal activity, attempting to create meaning from these signals, which eventually results in dreaming. Contrary to what majority of people think, when you sleep, your brain is still active, especially when you get to the REM, which is the rapid eye movement sleep. You see, there are 5 stages of sleep. Stage 1. Light sleep. This stage is characterized by slow eye movement and reduced muscle activities. This stage forms about 5% of your sleep. Stage 2. Eye movement stops and brain waves become slow. This stage forms about 50% of your sleep. Stage 3. The brain waves become extremely slow. It is called delta waves and it forms about 5% of sleep. Stage 4. In this stage, there is no eye movement, no muscle activity, and the brain produces more delta waves. Stage 3 and 4 together are known as the deep sleep stage. It is difficult to wake people at this stage of sleep. This stage forms about 25% of your sleep. Stage 5. This stage is the rapid eye movement REM stage, where eyes jerk rapidly in various directions. Your breathing becomes more rapid, irregular, and shallow. Your heart rate increases, blood pressure rises, and limb muscles become temporarily paralyzed. This is where dreams occur. This stage forms about 20% of your sleep. Another study by Sigmund Freud describes dreams as unconscious desires, wants, and motivations which are driven by some sort of aggressive and sexual instincts that are subdued from conscious awareness. And according to Freud, while these thoughts are not consciously expressed, they find their ways into our awareness via our dreams. So, why do we dream? Many theories have been proposed to answer the question, why do we dream? However, no single consensus has emerged. Researchers think dream comes from psychological reasoning and suggest that we dream because our brains need it in order to incorporate memories, solve problems, and deal with emotions, which makes it essential to our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Ernest Hoffman, director of the Sleep Disorders Center at Newton Wellesley Hospital in Boston, suggests that a possible, though certainly not proven, function of a dream to be weaving new material into the memory system in a way that both reduces emotional arousal and is adaptive in helping us cope with further trauma or stressful events. However, here are 4 wildly held beliefs and theories that explain why we dream. 1. To help us deal with threats. One study suggests that the amygdala, the part of the brain which is associated with survival instincts and the fight or flight response, is more active during sleep than in your waking life. The implication of this is that the amygdala may be the brain's way of getting you ready to deal with a threat. Luckily, the brainstem sends signals to the REM so that your muscles are relaxed and you don't jump out of sleep. 2. Dream aids memory retention. Because the brain is active more when you are asleep, the brain takes this time to store memories, learning from all the activities you were engaged in over the preceding hours, as well as processing problems that are left and also making sense of everything you've been involved in all day long. 3. Dream fuels creativity. Several studies have shown that dreams fuels our creative abilities. Although there is no scientific backup for this, some researchers suggest that our creativity is enhanced because your thoughts and ideas have no restrictions when you are sleeping. 4. Dreams helps us achieve emotional balance. Dreams act as some sort of therapy for us. Again, because your brain is more active when you are asleep, it makes connections regarding your feelings that your conscious self wouldn't make.
Thank you for watching our videos. We'd like to give you another interesting video for you to enjoy next. But before then, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Look at your screen now to see 2 other videos we handpicked for you to enjoy next. We love you.